everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. So today we're going to be talking about Bernie Sanders. So I'm wondering why Bernie just isn't at the Social Security building getting Social Security money for him being, however old he is. He's a pretty old dude, hey, if he was on the Republican side, I would be like, hey, Bernie, come holler, but I don't know what side he's on, actually. He's an independent, Democrat, flip-flopping back and forth, working with the Democrats and Democrats and independents. But here's the thing. He said that I was just watching him on TV, and he was talking about that the Democrats are the problem too. He admits that the Democrats are the problem too. He said the Democrats are the problem too. I said to myself, well, where the fuck were you 4 years ago when Biden was in office? Where were you? Why weren't you saying this 4 years ago? You had your mouth shut and your balls clenched. I don't understand it for nothing. What was going on 4 years ago? You weren't saying jack nothing. And that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. So what if Trump's a billionaire? Trump is a billionaire. We know that. So what if Elon Musk is a billionaire? They happen to get their money legally, and you happen to get your money legally, and you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire, Bernie. You are a millionaire. There's not many millionaires out here. I'm not a millionaire. People down the street, people in this building aren't millionaires. People in this building aren't millionaires. Probably making hundreds of thousands of dollars, but aren't millionaires, Bernie Sanders. So what gives you the right to try to mess with him and try to sit up there and say because he's a billionaire, he's in the billionaires club, and that's wrong? Because to go back and forth, who's seeming to do their job right? Who is doing their job right? You got Bernie Sanders about 10 years ago, exactly 10, maybe 11 years ago, or 9 years ago. You got a man who came to Baltimore, Maryland, talking about Baltimore, Maryland is a third world country because there were buildings that should have been brought down that people were living out of with rodents and rats. It looked terrible in Baltimore, y'all. It's a rat problem. It's a rat problem. It's a huge rat problem. And these buildings were congested with not only rodents, but people using drugs, like all types of drugs, meth, fentanyl, dying, overdosing, crime, going on, rapes, murders, so much stuff. And he agreed. It looked like a third world country. That's what he said out his mouth. He brought the black people to his attention, and everybody was loving Bernie. And then he just bounced like a baby daddy bouncing from a toddler that thought his daddy was going to stay with him forever, for the long haul. He just bounced. When things didn't go right, Bernie just bounced. He bounced, and now he's doing it again. But this time he got 30,000 people looking at him, And he's black people are out there again in LA, and he's going off and saying Trump is an oligarchy, and Trump this, Trump that. And I'm like, who are you, Bernie? Who are you? Do you talk about and bring up your past? Let's talk about your past. Why did you leave the black people of Baltimore, Maryland? Are you going to do it again to the people of the United States when things get tough? That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. You're going to leave the people of the United States when things start getting tough, and you're going to turn into an old Biden, you know, and it's just going to get terrible. It's just going to get terrible. So I don't trust anything that comes out your mouth. I don't trust anything that comes out your mouth. I don't. I don't. Seriously. You are a millionaire. You have money too. You have money too. You sell books. You work for the government, and you are out there. They probably pay, most likely they pay to be out there watching you. And it's terrible. It's really terrible how you sat up there and you got their attention talking about Trump is a baby because he's suing NPR and all of these news companies. I tried to be on the news company NPR and all the other news companies, and they won't even let me get in to be interviewed. They only let left-wing people with really no real meaning be on there. I had plenty of story to tell. I had many of stories to tell. And you telling me that my story isn't greater than Joe Blow that's left-wing? They only do left-wing stuff. Bernie, I'm right-wing. I'm actually banned. Every time I call Washington State, when I called Salt Lake City, when I called New York City, they jack up their prices. NPR is free. That's sad. That's sad. So I'm glad he's doing this. I'm glad he's doing this because it's all left wing. They have the left wing interest in mind. So basically, that I had to say that because I had to sit up there and watch this guy actually get a whole bunch of black people together. Now he's not going back to the East Coast, y'all. He knows not to go back to the East Coast with that. He knows not to go back to the East Coast. So he's going to the West Coast now, where he's welcomed by Gavin Newsom and talking of purely junk. And he knows he'd get a big audience. And they're just clapping like no, boo, yay. And then he's talking about gay people, you know, you know, excluding the fact that men should not play in women's sports. Men should not be playing in women's sports, period. Men should not be playing in women's sports. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's like a man fighting a woman. Next is going to be in boxing. What's going to happen? A man going to fight a woman in boxing? It's going to get to that point. Would you allow a man to fight a woman in boxing? What is going to happen? It's sad. It's sad what our world is coming to. It's very sad. And people are only doing it for the moolah. They're only doing it for the money and to despise Trump and to get those votes. It's all about the votes. They know that the votes are going to be there for whenever they ramp up again. They ramp up for the rest of the time. The new the midterms and the new elections coming up. They know that the gay people are going to like them. They know that the black people, which I don't understand why the black people would really like the Democrats, seeing as though the Democrats did dilly squat for them when they were in office the first time, when they let the illegals come through and do nothing but take our jobs, you know. And it's just sad, man. It's just sad. It's sad. So you got gay people playing in women's sports. They're going to vote for them. And the we have real voter ID. Then they trying to scare us with saying women have to use their birth certificates and stuff. And it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad how they're trying to do it. It's all for a vote. They're doing it for a vote. That's period. I I don't know what else to say other than they're doing it for a vote. I don't have nobody interviewing me. I don't have a Republican willing to interview me. I can look on matchmaker.com and find one. You know, I haven't been looking lately, but this is the pure truth, man. They want to have people that vote for them. Whatever they're doing, the opposite of what Trump is doing, and they're protesting against, it's because they want those people votes. They want those people votes. Period. They want those transgender votes. They want those gay rights votes. They don't want you. You're just another number. Bernie tried to say Trump sees you as another number. No, he is lying. He is lying. He said it on the TV. No, he is lying. He sees us as a number because if he didn't see us as another number, he wouldn't have came to Baltimore with that mess and did what he did and performed like he performed when I believe he was running for president during that time and didn't even perform good and sat up there and did what he did and failed miserably and ejected and didn't do nothing for us. He could have still did something for us, being having the kind of power he had at that time and during that time, and wow, he could have still helped us. Look at the power he has now. Look at the power he has now. He could be talking about it now. He refuses to talk about it. He just turns the page on something and continues to move forward. I talk about my past. At least I talk about my past. At least I talk and tell the truth about what's going on with me. No, I ain't no Kanye West. I'm not trying to sit up there and tell my whole business. But I'm not going to sit up there and let somebody say, well, you did this. Well, you did that in your past. No, I'll beat you to it. I'll tell you what I did in my past. And I say, I don't feel good for what I did in my past. But I tell you something else, I'll turn a page after I tell you what I did from it, and I'll keep telling you what I did from it. And that is that. Period. So yeah, that he don't talks about nothing, no fuck ups, no nothing. And it's sad. It's that light. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. And one day somebody's gonna call him out on it. Somebody's gonna call him out on it. Just like they calling Jasmine Crockett out on it. You know, they're gonna censor her, and they're gonna get him, because this has just gotta stop, man. They keep trying to torture this guy. This man is trying to make big changes. This man is trying to make big changes, and he's lying. He is saying anything and everything, and their psyche. Their psyche. He's telling them anything. He'll say a couple of stuff that maybe all Democrats have said, but then he'll say something that I've never heard before in my entire life of hearing about Trump. He'll just say weird stuff. And I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to get censored, but he'll just say weird stuff, and I'll be like, "What? What is that about?" Like, just saying weird stuff. Talking about the Millionaires Club, the Billionaires Club, sorry, the Billionaires Club, how they're aligning themselves together. Well, the Millionaires Club is aligning themselves together. Wasn't Isn't Obama a billionaire? Isn't uh Biden a billionaire? You know, like, what about the billionaires that's giving money and feeding money to Kamala Harris, and you guys, like, what is going on? What is going on? How can they sit up there and go there? The Republicans don't get no money. The Republicans don't get no money. Remember that. We don't get no money. We didn't get no money. We really didn't get no money. So what is that about? And I would like to say that I only hashtag the Brady Bunch crew only to get my message across. I'm not trying to pick any bones, bite anybody's toes, any of that. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating facts. So if I hashtagged Obama, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, no, forget Gavin Newsom, because he sat up there and kept my daggone Walmart stuff and missed. So forget him. I don't have nothing. He's evil. He's very evil, man. He's just evil. And if y'all don't know that dance, that was the dance he did when he sat up there and was lying. Never mind. I ain't gonna say it. Never mind. When he was allegedly lying, or stating stuff that didn't make no sense on the news when the fires broke out. Just, well, you gotta, you know, oh my God, man. I know he practiced every day. He's like, oh, I'm doing it again. I got a habit not to look at the camera, but I'm not rich, rich. I'm not rich, rich. I'm not rich. I'm not even richy rich. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even fit that category of being rich. So yeah, let me not do that dance again. So yeah. I hashtag the Chamber of Commerces because y'all need to know what's going on. You know, y'all need to know what's really going on. You know, like y'all are professional, y'all deal with professionalism, y'all help people get on track with getting their businesses stood out there and produce, you know, like once they do it, you do like ribbon cutting ceremonies and all that great stuff. You know, I know what y'all do, you know, and I just thought that, you know, it'd be something a buzz to talk about. You know, even if you delete it, it's fine. It's up to you guys. Even if you can't, it's still fine. I hashtag the police because it'd be something to talk about. You know, remember what happened in Baltimore. I will never let this go. I will never let this go with Bernie, man. He came to Baltimore. He did this to us, man. I will never forget, man. I used to walk up and down on Pennsylvania streets, scared out of my lights, man. People falling asleep in the middle of the street. The day I got to Baltimore, I had to walk down the dangerous street, past the VA, people standing outside. Hey, baby, what you got on? You know, and I'm walking down the street. Come on now. You can't walk down the street without your posse, without your guards, Bernie. And then you dropped us, man. You dropped us like a baby daddy. That's sad, man. I'm never going to get over that. And if I get some more people to watch, I'm going to keep talking about it. Now you all the way on from the East Coast to the West Coast trying to pollute their mind. And this time it may work because it's the West Coast. It's the West Coast. They don't know what you did on the East Coast. And they don't even care. They just listening to it because they don't like Trump on the West Coast. West Side, West Coast don't like East Coast. Ain't that right, Gavin Newsom? Got it wrapped in a bow. And even if you do like Trump in California, you better like Bernie Sanders. You better like him. It's a ride or die thing. You better like him. You get caught in an apartment building saying you don't like him. That's your ass. That's your ass. Seriously. And believe me, I know because I dealt with it. I dealt with the harassment. Me taking up for Trump every day. Me being harassed, having to go to the grocery store and come home, having to call the police. Seriously. Just sickening. So yeah, it's just sad, man. It's just all the way sad. He getting credibility for absolutely nothing. Nothing. A couple of books and him being in the government. I don't know if he's in Congress. I don't know what he's in, to be quite honest. And I don't care what he's in. I know he ran for, he's an independent. That's all I know. And I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm not interested in him, but I'm interested in him when he brings up Trump's name. I'm interested in him when he brings up Trump's name, like rags, like Trump is a rag doll. You know, when I see Trump out here grinding every day, that guy is a machine. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. He's out here working for you guys and me. And it's just sad how they belittle him. Where were you 4 years ago when Biden was in office? You were a mouse. You weren't saying nothing. You weren't saying, look at Biden. Look at Biden, man. Biden ain't doing nothing. Biden Biden is allowing illegals to come across our country. No, you were right along with them. You had nothing to say. But now that Biden's out of office, it's like, look at Trump. And the Democrats is in on it too, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that. Now that the gettings are good, you want to have a slice of the cake now and shine. The fuck out of here, man. And that's all I'm going to say, man. I didn't write no big spill. I just wanted to sit up there and tell you guys what was happening on Live Now. My heart goes out to those that were killed at Walmart. My heart goes out to those who were killed in South Carolina. Those young whippersnappers, shootouts, 2 separate shootouts. My heart goes out to a lot of people. So keep them in your prayers. Keep them in your prayers, man. Seriously. I mean, think about it. What would Bernie Sanders really do? What would Bernie Sanders really do? I want you to close your eyes, your eyeballs. Close your eyeballs for a second. How can you close your eyeballs? But close your eyeballs for a second and really think, what will Bernie Sanders do for you? Really? When he need to have his ass at the line at Social Security, he need to be at the line at Social Security saying, I would like to get my SSDI or SSI or whatever it is that he get, my disability, my retirement, whatever it is. Whatever it is, man. And and it just comes to say that he's old. He's old. And he's trying, and I'm not saying Trump's old too, but Trump's healthy old. Bernie Sanders, he is just not cutting it, man. It looked like he was about to pass out in LA. It looked like he was about to pass out, man. It looked like he was about to pass out, y'all. Seriously. Seriously. I'm not joking. All jokes aside, he was holding both stables of the table, the little podium, and he was just going like that. He'd get a little riled up and then he'd hold the podium for a second. And I know how hot it be out there. I know how hot it be. It be even hotter in LA than it be in Santa Maria, and he'd be like, we will not let it happen. And then he just look like he's holding on steady for a second, and I be like, what is he doing, man? He's like, how Trump doing it? Like it's like he hold the podium like, how do we be doing it? And then he said he had a nerve. He had a nerve to say, what did he say? He said that, how did he say it? He said that he said his family was living paycheck to paycheck, and families that live paycheck to paycheck die 7 years early. And I'm like, you're a fucking millionaire. You're not dying 7 years early. I mean, you may not look healthy enough to be out in heat, but you look healthy enough to survive another 7, maybe 10 years, Bernie. you know, maybe 20 if all works well for you. You may outlive me. Who knows? You know? Knock on wood. Shit. But I'm just saying to be honest, this guy is a millionaire. So why is he talking like that? Why is he talking like he can relate to the people now? He cannot relate to us no more. He is a millionaire. He is a millionaire. And they just eating it up. They are just eating it up, y'all. They are just eating it up like, yeah, yeah. I hate to tell you this, people. He is a millionaire now. He is not in the hundreds of thousands. He is a millionaire. A millionaire. That's hard to get. Not just 1 million, not just 2 million, but 3 to 4 million. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. So yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I just had to say that spill, man. It's just sad that people try to take the light off of themselves because they're jealous. It's all about jealousy. They're jealous because Trump made it to $1 billion, right? $1 billion, and they're still stuck in the millions. And they like, how did he make it that much money? How did he make it to that much money? Damn, I want that much money. Well, only way I can do it is if I talk shit. The more shit I talk, the more money I make off of him. I'm going to make him infamous, you know? And that's what they do. So, yeah. Take care, y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Never waste my time. You are I want.